How is that defund the police movement going? And we're going to be looking specifically right now at West Hollywood, California. This one is very personal to me for several reasons. One, I used to live in West Hollywood. That's where I was throughout the whole pandemic. And the woman who spearheaded the defunding of the West Hollywood Sheriff's Department to instead replace them with a block by block unarmed security that can't even interfere in anything. I spoke to her on the phone before she did this and told her my concerns, and all of it came true. So we're getting into that right now. So a little over a year ago, West Hollywood voted by a very, very narrow margin to take money away from the Sheriff's Department and put money into hiring 30 what they call block by block security ambassadors who are unarmed, who, by the way, I also looked at the job description. They're not even really allowed to intervene in anything. The wild part about this vote and the timing on this vote is this came when West Hollywood was already seeing an increased crime. And the crime that West Hollywood was seeing weren't actual residents. They were people coming from other communities targeting West Hollywood and the residents there. And even despite that, they still voted to take funding away from sheriffs. And Seppi Shine right here she's the interim mayor. She was also my city council member when I lived there. She is the one that, again, spearheaded this whole thing. She said when they voted for it that this has been proven to increase public safety. Now, what has happened since then? Here's a local news clip.
Hi, Lou. Hi, Glenn. The West Hollywood City Council voting last night to add 4 members of the staff to the LA County Sheriff's Department West Hollywood Sheriff's Station. It came following a number of public commenters, residents in the community expressing their concerns over public safety, and a number of them saying they don't feel that the unarmed security that's been bolstered here, the block by block program, is enough. Here's some of what was said.
Our city swells at night and on weekends. This manifests in increases in crimes such as drunkenness, disorderly conduct, narcotic and weapons laws.
Restore the deputies to pre-pandemic levels. Block by block is not the answer.
I grew up coming to West Hollywood and going to the Grove with my parents. I never ever had a fear, and now I have an extreme fear every day when I leave work.
So that security footage that started to play before I cut the video off, that is an armed attack happening in West Hollywood. And crime has gotten so much worse even after they had the security ambassadors. I was recently visiting there a month ago. I know you'll laugh at me. West Hollywood is my heart. I love West Hollywood. I love the Hollywood history there. I love the architecture, the buildings, even the people, even the liberal people. I like living amongst them. It's just the liberal policies and the ideologues that have gotten themselves into city council that are ruining the city. And I refuse to move back there. I will not spend money living in that area that I don't even feel safe, that a lot of the buildings have shut down and already left. And you will see things there that you have never seen before. You'll see more security cameras in restaurants. You'll see security that restaurants and businesses that have had to hire that are not those ambassadors. I remember just walking along the road and seeing a woman tapping another woman with her boyfriend who were clearly visiting from out of town, and she said, "Hey, make sure your bag is in the front of you," because the woman had one of those like bags that she strapped like this, and it was kind of on her side and a little bit back. A woman who lives there tapped and said, "No, make sure it's in front of you. Also, make sure if you're eating anywhere that your bags are with you. Don't put them on the ground. Make sure you have a hold of them at all times." You would never have seen anything like that in West Hollywood before. I personally spoke to Seppi Shine on the phone in the summer of 2021, and I was really concerned because of the Fairfax district. It's a Jewish district, and it had been under attack a few times. So I called her really concerned about this, telling her I was concerned about crime and telling her what I saw during the riots of 2020. And although she was a seemingly nice person, if I met her anywhere, I'm sure we could share a laugh and get along talking about whatever. But when I got off the phone with her, I honestly, I'm not saying this to be silly or funny. I really felt ill. I felt sick because I knew that she was in charge of this place that I loved, and she was telling me, I was telling her my concerns, and then I felt like I was getting lectured on how her idea of safety was putting more cameras around and then having unarmed security ambassadors instead of police. She was very anti-police, very pro-BLM, and very blind to anything. It was just shocking to me how someone in charge of a city could be that out of touch with reality. And now you see how the residents feel, and they are starting to add back sheriffs because they're realizing these ambassadors are not working. And by the way, they're on bicycles. They're not even driving around. They're not allowed to interfere with anything. And you have made the residents in that area sitting ducks, just like every area has done that. And what's unique about West Hollywood, again, is you have people that don't live in that community that are coming and taking advantage of the lax laws and of the people that live there. So that's defund in West Hollywood. It's not working. How is that defund?